Hello, and welcome to The Best of Both Worlds. This is my friend Flavia Ryan, who moved here from Brazil 18 years ago, and she's now a businesswoman and a citizen of two countries. My name's Kirsten Elaine Martin, and I first stepped foot in Brazil 32 years ago, where I've been going back and forth to work, play, and live ever since. You may or may not know there are 4,000 Brazilians, Brazilian families, Brazilian people living here now on Cape Ann. And they are still, however, in a Brazilian bubble. So our goal of this show is to help bring together the Brazilian population with the rest of the community, and through conversations, shared experiences, friendships, and business partnerships together, we get to have the best of both worlds. First of all, today is our first show of the season. We took a little bit of a summer break, and I first of all want to thank Cristiane de Romero Correa, the woman who started this program with me, who took the plunge in the deep end of the pool, not knowing where this was going to go. I gave her this crazy idea 2 years ago to do this show. She jumped on it. She was fantastic. She helped get it to a certain level. And then she had some amazing things happen in her life, which we're going to have her on a later show and let her update you on her amazing story. But she had to move on from the show. And fortunately, we are so blessed to have Flavia Ryan here to be the co-host with me. I'm going to interview her today. You can learn more about her. But first of all, a little bit more about Cristiane Correa. She's an amazing life coach and therapist, got me to a whole other level. And last year, she made these amazing affirmation cards in 2 languages. So we're just going to go ahead here. I recommend all of you go to Cristiane Correa Coaching if you want to check out her, who she is and her bio. Anyway, so go ahead, Flavia. Pick a card. And read the English side. What's it say?
I am the only person responsible for my health and well-being.
Nice, right? Okay. So now you hold the card. I'm going to pick one. Okay. This one. I allow myself to change my opinion. I like that.
Yeah,
that's good.
amazing.
So, thank you so much for accepting this invitation to be co-host of this show. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And I would like to ask you to tell us a little about your Brazilian American story. When and why did you first come here to the United States? And what was your first impression?
Yeah, when I came here 18 years ago, and difficult things is first not speak the English, so the same language is a little bit challenge. But I love over here. And
why did you come?
I feel like I come here for better life. I come here for better life because in Brazil, where we live, we not have that much, you don't have the lot of opportunity, school, all this stuff like that. So, and then I choose to come here to better life.
What town were you from in Brazil?
It's very little town called the name São Geraldo Baixio.
Okay, and it's
very
in which
little.
state? Is it Minas Gerais?
Minas Gerais.
Okay, that's where my ex-husband's from.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, we love Brazil. Brazil is such a rich country. So you're not saying that there's not opportunity in Brazil. You're saying that your life at the time where you were.
Where we live, yeah.
Yep. So when you first came here, how long did it take for you to become accustomed? And where did you land? Was it here in Gloucester or was it somewhere else?
No, I landed in Weymouth.
Weymouth, okay. Massachusetts, yep.
Yeah.
And so how did you adapt? What did you first do when you first came here?
It's a little bit hard.
Yeah.
Because that time you don't have a lot of Brazilian people over here. It's very it's not that much people. Today, it's a lot of people. You can get help, but that time you have to learn everything yourself and get job and try to learn the language. It's a little
Were you
bit
alone,
hard
or
that
did you
time.
come with family or friends?
I have my brother and my sister over here and the cousins.
Okay. And so fast forward to now. I'm going to get later at the end of the show more about your professional life, but you're now a citizen and you have a husband and he's American.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How did he get involved in your life? And what was you already in Gloucester or like?
No, my friend, her name is Maria, she dated his brother, and then She introduced us, and then we first we a friend, and then after we go out and have a fun like a friend, and then we decide to date and marriage.
How long did you know? How long before you got married after you met him?
Like 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So sometimes you just know, like with my husband too. Day
Yeah,
one, we just knew,
yeah.
and you don't have to think twice, right?
No.
You just have a
I make
feeling.
a good choice.
Yeah. You have a wonderful husband. So I'm going to get to a very amazing story about you that it's very, it's actually going to be probably the most amazing, shocking story any of you who've ever watched the show have ever heard before. And I wasn't even sure how to bring it up because I don't even know how to transition from talk about Brazil and then suddenly this shocking story. But there's a way to do that we're going to talk about in a second. But before we get to your miracle story, tell me, you have dual citizenship now. You're an American citizen, you're a Brazilian citizen. Do you feel more American? Do you feel more Brazilian? What is your perspective being between both worlds?
Right now I feel like I am more American. 18 years over here is a long time, so I have like half a time over there and a half a time over here, and I feel more like I belong over here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really interesting. And do you still eat a lot of Brazilian food?
Yes? I cook Brazilian food every day, like the joke all the time, rice and beans.
Rice and beans, but the Brazilian food. And then, by the way, that's another thing, the reason why we're doing this show, because even recently, we've been doing this show for 2 years, and evidently we can use more viewers because I've been talking to numerous American friends, business people in town, etc. And when I ask them, what do you know about Brazil? They say Amazon,
Yeah.
Carnival, soccer. And I'm like, Brazilians have way better food, and we have Brazilians in town. You still don't know that, right? Brazilians dress up, show up, take care of themselves better. There are a lot of things that we could learn about from Brazilians, but still, we have this Brazilian bubble. So I'm counting on you at times to bring out your Brazilian side, help introduce that to the American community, because I feel like it would just make us so much better, right? Yeah. But today is September 10th. And 6 years ago was, until now, one of the most dramatic, joyful, and sad, tragic moments of your life, right?
Yes.
And so I kind of want you to tell us, how can someone feel joy and suffering at the same time? And what is this, the anniversary of today? What happened 6 years ago?
I have a babies, triplets.
Triplets.
Yes. And in 4 months pregnancy, I found out they have this disease called skeletal dysplasia. And the doctor told me they're going to survive just inside my belly. If you get out, they die by the way.
So they were going to die just upon birth?
Yes, yes. And then they told me to decide if I want,
and the pregnancy.
And the pregnancy. And I choose to don't, because I don't want to do that. I told them I want to enjoy, if they're alive in my belly, I want to enjoy they inside my belly, and then I'm gonna keep it. So I keep the whole pregnancy.
So that's important, because we have different political views about abortion, pro-choice, etc. I'm pro-choice. I think women should choose the right. You made a choice that a lot of people would say, I'm just going to say it, crazy or selfish or so when you made that decision, did you get criticized for it? Did people think you were crazy? Did people
Yes. Especially the doctors, they say, oh, you're going to put your life in
put your life at risk.
Yeah. And then they say you have to do it yourself because we're not going to help you. And
so you're going to have your own babies by yourself?
Yeah, like
at home?
No, I did in a hospital, but they care. They think I am like a selfish to do that.
Right.
To keep the babies inside
right.
me, because the baby have a problem, they're going to die anyways. But everybody have different way to deal with things. And I want to enjoy the be pregnant. I want to enjoy. I take
your
all the
children's
risks.
life. So this was the day they were born.
Yeah, this today.
So you've told me this story before, and it makes me cry and laugh at the same time. Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the miracle that happened when your triplets were born. By the way, I've seen the videos; they're so adorable, and it changed my way of thinking. Like even to be able to, for me to be able to share that time you had with your 3 babies, they were people that were here, right?
Yeah.
So tell us.
And they say when they get out of the bed, they're gonna die, but they're not.
They didn't die.
No, they don't. They're able to survive for a little short time.
What were their names?
Samuel, he survived for 25 days.
25 days?
Yes, and Raphael, he survived for 36 days.
36 days?
Yeah, and Gabriel, 2 months. So
2 months. And there's a movie called I'm Gabriel, which you told me to watch. That's why you love the movie so much, right?
Yeah,
I'm Gabriel.
and the first one died, and then I have to be strong because I still have 2 in a hospital.
Were they able to look at you, talk to you,
Yeah,
with you?
I make so much memories. First, I keep it because I want to enjoy my
like being
belly.
pregnancy.
Yeah, and then after I enjoy them every single time,
It's
every
your
single
pregnancy.
minute.
It's your. See, a lot of times people say women should have the right to choose not to have children, but it's those were your children, your pregnancy. You had the right to have the whole. Wow. So the first one died, and that was Samuel.
Yeah, Samuel.
But, and what was Samuel's personality like?
Oh, he's smile all the time. He's have a huge smile all the time. When I get near the crib, I talk to him. He's look to me.
He knew who you were.
Yes, he is. And Raphael, I able to see him crying because he's get out for the tube. So I have is like one very happy baby, and another one I able to
crying
to listen him crying. And Gabriel, he's more like eyes open, very curious, look everywhere, like watch a cell phone.
Again, the movie I'm Gabriel. That's why you. So the day that Gabriel left is also a huge miracle day because something happened with that affected, because you didn't just have a baby or 3 babies, you impacted the lives and changed the point of view of people in the medical system, medical professionals. They changed their opinion on your decision, yes or no. Like, talk about your interaction with the doctors and nurses after your 3 babies were born.
Because they don't believe the baby's gonna survive after, like when I have a birthday, I have like 25 people, like a doctor's nurse inside the room, and they think because it's like the disease, triplets, and they think they're like gonna see them and that's it. It's at that point, but they're able to survive for so long. Never ever babies have that disease survive for so long, and when one die, I have to be strong for another one, and then another one die, I have to be strong for the other one, and then I think myself like, oh my gosh, imagine that when the other would, how I gonna feel, how I gonna leave from the hospital, and the move Gabriel, I go to every morning. I go see them, spend the time with them, and then come back to my room, and 6 o'clock. Come back to my room and prepare to go back and take shower, everything. And this day, I look at my phone and this movie come out on my phone.
Oh, the movie just appeared on your phone.
Exactly.
I'm Gabriel. I forgot about that.
Yes.
You hadn't seen the movie before. You didn't name him because of the movie.
Never.
So and it's only Gabriel left now.
Yeah.
And then this comes on the phone. I'm Gabriel.
Yeah. And then I say, wow, it's the same name. My son, and then I start watching that movie, and then this movie talk about someone lost the baby and they lost the faith, and it's like beautiful. And then they say when the babies passed away, God have like so much angels singing in the sky. So like
the angels sing when your baby
and
goes
the voice is like no voice in.
You've ever heard. So
Yes.
Angel's voice is a voice that we've never heard on earth.
Yeah, and then I watch that and fall asleep. And then when I wake up another day, and I say, oh my gosh, because every night I go and I kiss him before go bed. And this time
You didn't.
I passed like
Passed out.
Yes.
You crashed.
Yes, and after that, I have appointment to see the doctor. I get up so quick and go to get my blood test, everything. And then this doctor start talking to me. She say, where you live? I say, I live in Gloucester. She say, oh, you come so far away. I say, no, I've been here in the hospital 2 months. I told her all my story about that. And then she say, God choose you.
God chose you.
Yeah, and then, oh my God, I have a goosebump.
Yeah.
And we have this conversation. She finished to see me, and then she sent me to a lab, and it's in her room. And then when I sit in the lab to get my blood, she get out from the room and sing.
The same woman that said God chose
The
you.
doctor.
The doctor started to sing.
Yeah, and the voice is like, I never heard that in my life.
A voice
and
that you never heard before, like an angel.
Yeah, exactly. And then I get the point, like the move and the her and the singer and the voice. And then I say, oh my gosh, it's today. I know Gabriel's going to be
pass
gone
today.
that day. And then I leave from the room and already like crying about
Yeah, because
it.
you're missing him.
Yeah, and then I say, I know it's now. And then I go back to his room. And when I walk in his crib, and he's looked to me and turned around his head, and his eyes stopped.
Wow.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many times I hear that story.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
And so.
And all the nurses like, no, I say, the nurses start like to, no, he's okay. I say, no, let him go because it's his time. I know
Wow.
his time, and then you can let him go. And then they're all shocked, say like, how strong you are. I say, because God prepared me for that. He's prepared me for that day. It's like, for me, I am so peaceful for everything. Some people say, oh, you not cry about it. I say, no, because I did everything supposed to. I do.
You enjoyed having your babies while you had them.
I enjoy every single time with them. I have all the videos. I have all the pictures. I have a good memory. So I don't have anything to regret that, keep that pregnant.
So I can tell you, you're definitely a very special person, a changed person. And since we taped the show the last few months, been very turbulent for various reasons. Partly because I'm just going to put it out there. I have a business, and if I even just focus on Brazilians here in Cape Ann, I can achieve all of my goals. And I will tell you though, Brazilians are the worst clients, and they're the best clients.
At the same time.
And they're the worst clients because it's so much. I'm kind of like a Brazilian, so I'm saying it to myself. It's so much. There's a lot of drama, a lot of relationship. There's a lot of passion and misunderstand. It's just, and the standards are very high. But and especially where you come from, Minas Gerais, people don't let you in and trust you easily. And if you mess up, the whole community gets mad at you at the same time if you mess up with one person. But fortunately, the other side of Brazilians they always give you a little saída, a little they give you a chance. If they love you, they'll be patient. And if you really work on the relationship over time, it works out. However, I will be honest, there were a lot of times when I needed to talk to a Brazilian or an American or someone that would understand and just say to me, you're okay. Don't worry, it's going to work out. So every time I would call you, and you're just always like in this calm mood. And one day I called you and you apologized because you couldn't talk because you had just lost your dad.
Yeah.
So even on the day when you're having this terrible personal day, you apologized to me because you couldn't talk to me. So I just wanted to thank you. I'm so excited that you're going to be on our show. And in the last 10 minutes that we have, I want to focus on what is Flavia doing now. So basically, You came here, you went through the grind that foreigners, immigrants go through. I've been like that at other places. And you found your soulmate. You got your life settled here. So tell us what your life is like, how many kids, stepkids you have, and then tell us about your professional life. You are a business owner. Tell us why you chose that sector to get into. You know, what it's like being a woman, a Brazilian American woman in Gloucester. And yeah. And what else do you got going on?
Yes, it's a part of my history is about the babies, and when I have them, I go back home and then I start have depression. So I say I can't have that, and then I say, you know what, I gonna make that something bigger for me. Wow. I go back to the school, and then I say, you know, I'm gonna do aesthetic. Yeah. And then I go in school for 4 years, and then now 6 months I open my business in Gloucester.
And I'm putting it out there. I'm committing to being. I've had a very rough summer. Everything's going great now, and I already told you. Part of my self-care is I'm going to be a weekly client of yours. There's so many different things you do, and I have other the issues. We have different Brazilians, and I'm going to outsource part of my body and my face, hair, whatever, to different Brazilians. You do everything. You do massage, right? You do nails. You do hair. You do.
I do massaging and laser.
Laser.
Yeah.
Laser's big.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely going to outsource my lasers. So yeah. So what's it like now that you opened your business? Is it going easier than you thought? More difficult?
It's get there.
Yeah.
It's people start know I am, you know, I have the spa over there, and people coming and see, and then it's not bad at all. It's very good. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And so how do you balance your family life and your business life? Talk a little bit more about your personal life. You got married. How many kids do you have?
I have 3 kids. I have my 22 years old, Walef. I have
your kids from another marriage. Yep.
Yeah, and I have the other one is gonna be 16.
Wow. Yeah,
and Savannah is from my husband, my stepdaughter, and she's 15.
That's nice.
And it's all growing up.
So how do you balance your personal life and your professional life?
Yeah, we very understand, and they understand, like, you know, my mom is work all the time, that's they say, but I am home for dinner, and then I, like, family, we have a time to do family things together, so I balance very well with that.
So before we end this first segment and move into the Portuguese one, I'm going to end with a little surprise announcement about you. And we want to introduce a new person that's helping us with our show in a second. But what is your vision? What would you like to do with this platform, O Melhor de Dois Mundos, the best of both worlds? What is your kind of hope to accomplish?
I hope people understand more like a little bit more from Brazil, a little bit more like how the people come here and they start a business, and because it's very hard to come here, and everything new, and then you have to fit in.
Yep.
That's I hope.
Help Americans appreciate the Brazilians that are here and welcome them. And on the other side, what is it that you would like Brazilians to know about Americans? What would you like them to? Because you want Americans to understand what it's like to come over here. And I agree with you. Brazilians work so hard and they save a lot of money, a lot more money than Americans save. And they are very entrepreneurial, right? A lot of Brazilians can and want to open their own business, right? What is it that you learned about Americans that you would like more Brazilians to know that they might not know because they're in their Brazilian bubble?
Yeah, they have to. Brazilian people have to open more from them and understand it, because they have the sort of way to live, and then we have to fit in on their lives. Like my husband, the whole family is American people, and then I live with them. I understand everything, the culture, everything. And then if you come here, you have to go and learn about the culture too, not just like
Right.
get out for the Bible.
Right.
Don't make
Right.
your own.
Speak English,
exactly,
right?
Exactly.
And go into some American stores
Yeah.
and like introduce yourself.
If you go and learn and try to, live over here the right way, you have the door is more open for you. It's
so you're
more
saying they'll
open
take advantage of more opportunities, more
exactly,
resources.
Exactly. You can get a better job, and it's very good you come here and learn about living in the United States and learn the language.
Okay. Well, one thing I'd like to say before we introduce a new person to everyone that's going to be helping us, thank God, with the show. I just want to put it out there. You had, among other people, the mayor of Gloucester at your opening of your business, which I thought was great. I'm like, oh, this Brazilian woman understands the importance of including your elected officials in your business, getting local support, right? And then I heard a rumor that someday you could be the mayor of Gloucester. So what do you think? It's
maybe,
possible, right?
Maybe.
You're a citizen, right?
Never know.
Right, right. Okay. So I just want to put it out there on different shows. I'm going to be asking you, like, how you would make the city better, right? Right? And just, different areas of it, because you never know. This could help. You're like, I would definitely vote for you. So I'm just letting you know. You're humble. You're not going to say anything, but I definitely picked that Spidey vibe up. Mm-hmm. And I'm a political activist, so I think we had great 2 women mayors in Gloucester, but you'd be the first Brazilian born and the first Brazilian woman, so Latina woman.
And then another thing, I found the news, like old news in my house under the floor. And then the news have the paper say, welcome Brazilian people in the 1965.
I need that. We're trying to find the history of when Brazilians first came here.
I found everything in my floor.
That's an answer to another prayer of mine. I called the archives and I called City Hall. They had a fire. They lost a lot of records. Are you kidding me?
I have.
So, okay, next show you're bringing that.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing we want to do is find out when did the first Brazilians come here.
Yes, and then they have the newspaper. The newspaper is bigger.
You found that in your
huge.
House?
Yes, I found it in my house.
Wow, I just got goosebumps.
Yes, and then they say like Brazilian people come here. I think it's 1965.
That's the year I was born.
Yeah, and they
were the first ones?
They come here for construction. Started the Gloucester
Flavia,
construction.
Christiane and I were trying for 2 years. We called the Cape Ann Museum. We called City Hall. Everybody said, we don't know what is over there.
I have that.
Wow, you are definitely the right person at the right time because now we're going to explore that.
Yeah, now I say Brazilian people have been here a long time ago.
There you go, and construction, and they still do construction. I'm going to have Brazilians redo my whole house this month and next month. Okay, so guys, we have a surprise. I put it out there on the Brazilian WhatsApp. We need a smart person who's good with computers, editing, social media, understands both cultures, bilingual. I thought that person probably doesn't exist, or it's going to take me like 3 months to find them. Well, then I get a little message from Flavia here. She's got this nephew who was born in the U.S., right? Moved to Brazil at the age of 7, came back. So he's like Flavia. He's very much the best of both worlds. I fell in love with him from the first time I met him. He's here with his lovely wife, by the way. So when I say in love with him, I meant as a friend. Young up-and-comer. His motto is Carpe Diem. And it was exactly the missing piece. And he and his wife, Cassia, came here all the way from Whitman. But they are going to be moving in with Flavia because I've also invited Brendan Costa to help me with my financial services business. So, Brendan, come on the camera, stand here behind, and by the way, it's over there, so it's in the middle. See with the red light. Say a few words in English to close out the show. What is your vision for helping us with this program?
Yeah, thank you again. I'm super excited. My name is Brendan Costa. I'm super excited to do this whole show. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm the new executive director of
executive
the
producer.
Show. Yes.
Yes, you're going to be the executive director, executive producer, at whatever title you want. Thank you for making the show, taking it to the next level. And by the way, we're going to end with this. I want you to take your affirmation card, okay?
course.
So go ahead,
Let's
pick
do it.
one. Pick
All
one.
right.
Okay. And
Look you.
find the English side and read what it says.
Hey,
Go
I allow myself to grow and evolve.
Woo! Allow myself to grow and evolve. So thank you.
Thank you
And
guys.
tune in next time. Our next program, which is going to be next week, we're going to talk about the history of Brazilians in Cape Ann. Tune in next time, and together we can have the best of both worlds.